Hello everybody, today I'm going to make a video of showing you the inside of my Whitehawk fluorescent light. Okay, so now you're going to take a look at the inside of a two-way function fluorescent light fixture. So I've already undone the screws on the plate, so what you got to do is lift up on it, and this plate should come off. Yep, plate comes right off. Now, okay, now here's the inside. Now of course on the inside this is a little bit filthy, I have to get it cleaned out. Now this is what's inside a two-way fluorescent batten. Here you have your terminal block. Now this is not original to this light fixture, I had to replace the terminal block. Okay, you got your mains wire, blue, positive, green or yellow, earth, and the brown is negative, is positive. The blue is negative. Of course with this one you got two wires here and two wires there, because it's a two-way function. Here you got ballast, you got two ballasts. This is for a 36 watt lamp. Okay, so this is for 36 watt, and of course it's also for a 13 watt LED as well. Okay, now this is not a super Whitehawk, it's just a Whitehawk, so you can't run T12 in this lamp, in this batten, because they're too big, it will not fit. Okay, and since it's two-way, you got two ballasts, because it's a double tube batten. Here you got your ring for a strap. Now the extension foot's underneath here, you can't see it. You got a starter receptacle here, you got starter receptacles on both ends. There's two wires that go into that lamp holder there. Of course there's the mains wire. There are two wires that go underneath there. There's the little plate there that holds the plate in place, this part here. Okay, that will hold that in place. Of course it needs to be vacuumed out a bit. Okay, on the other end you have your switch. Now this is how the two-way works. Yeah, okay, this is how a two-way function batten works. You got two switches there. Those two blue wires go into this switch here and allow the two-way function to work. See, those wires go into the terminal block. These two wires here go into the terminal block, they go into these terminals here. These other two terminals go into the other lamp holder. So this is generally how a two-way function works. Of course, you've got your screws that hold the switch in place. Okay, so you just throw those and it will work. So you got low and high. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so that's what makes the two-way function work. Of course, mainly when it's up on your ceiling and in there, it's mainly just one way. But with this one, it's set up for two-way. Okay, now of course you have your starter receptacle on this side. You got your plate for your to screw the plate on. Of course you got your lamp holder, two tubes, twin batten. So yeah, you got what switch there. Now this is the inside of a two-way function fluorescent light. Now I did do an in-depth review of the Super Goldhawk. The Super Goldhawk is the one-way function batten. You've seen this is it's the same as this, except you only got one switch, one tube, one starter receptacle, and one ballast. Excuse me. Okay, that's all we have on that one. And the Goldhawk's a little bit cleaner on the inside. Okay, I've got to get this one cleaned out a bit. Okay, so that's generally what's inside. Now, this plate you see here is not original to the light fixture, of course. I had to get the light didn't come with a plate, so I had to grab a plate when I at the same sort of grabbed it. Of course, this plate I had to do a little bit of modifications to. The starter receptacles were originally here, and the screw hole was here, so I had to. This was mainly suitable for a different type of light fixture. So what I did was I covered those over, and I drilled a starter hole here and a screw hole there, and I did it on the other end. So that's why this plate I'm having it's a little more awkward for me to get on and off than I normally am with the Goldhawk, Super Goldhawk. Sorry. So if this was the original plate, it would be a lot easier for me to actually get it on and off. So I'll put this plate back on. Now this one does not seem to have any divots in it, so this one's a lot more different. No divots, but you actually got to press that on. I'll have to do it two-handed, so I'll have to put my iPad down. I'll have to do it two-handed. What I'm basically doing is just pushing it down and realigning it. Okay, the plate's on. Now we've got some screws. You've got to put these on. Now these screws are a little bit difficult for me to get on than I did with the Goldhawk. Okay, so these ones I actually have to take. Now these take a lot more force to get on. Just trying to make sure I'm not cross-threading it. Yeah, with this light it takes more force to actually get it on. So because this plate's not original. If it was original, it would take less force to actually get it on. I'll just have to do this off camera. So I have to put my iPad down on my leg, of course you can see my sock, which is a bit dirty. well, oopsie, I've dropped the screw inside the light, so I'm going to take the plate off and get the screw out there. I'm sorry, this is going to take a little bit of time for me to get this light back together. Oh, oopsie. Gotta be careful, that start hole was kind of sharp. Because it was drilled. I should actually sand that hole down. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now I've got the screw going in. You want to finger tighten the screws first before you screw them down with the screwdriver, because you don't want to cross thread them. Okay, now that one's in. See, it's in there. Now we'll grab this other one. We'll screw it into the other end. And of course on the front it says batten for fluorescent LED, because this is what this batten's for. A lot of people do actually take the ballast out when they're setting up for LED, but it's a habit I've learned. I don't do it. Okay, so yeah, just ignore that. Just somebody yelling. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit awkward. Oh, I'll have to stop the video here. Okay, so that's the in-depth look of my White Hawk, and that'll be it.